When most people think of protein, they picture eggs, chicken, or fish. And it's true, these are excellent sources, but here's something that often surprises people. Gram for gram, pumpkin seeds actually contain more protein than eggs. 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds delivers around 9 grams of protein, while a large egg has about 6. Now, this doesn't mean pumpkin seeds should replace eggs. It means they can rival and complement them as a powerhouse protein source. Why does this matter? Because as we age, our muscles become less efficient at using the protein we eat. This is called anabolic resistance. A 2013 paper in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging showed that older adults need a higher protein intake than younger adults to trigger the same level of muscle protein synthesis, the biological process that repairs and builds new muscle fibers. In simple terms, the older you get, the harder it is for your body to turn protein into muscle. That means every gram of protein counts. This is where pumpkin seeds become such an underrated ally. Not only do they pack protein density, but they also contain all 9 essential amino acids, the building blocks your muscles can't make on their own. They are particularly rich in leucine, which researchers call the switch amino acid because it directly triggers the muscle building pathway in your cells known as M2R. Think of leucine like the ignition key in your car. Without it, the engine, your muscles won't start repairing after activity. Here's what the research shows. In a study published in Nutrients 2019, older adults who consumed higher leucine meals had significantly greater improvements in muscle protein synthesis compared to those with lower leucine meals, even when total protein amounts were the same. This tells us it's not just about how much protein you eat, it's about the quality and amino acid profile. Pumpkin seeds, check that box. Let me make this practical. Imagine you start your day with a simple habit, adding 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, about 7 grams of protein, into your morning oatmeal or yogurt. That's enough to give your muscles a dose of leucine early in the day, when many people usually miss protein. Studies show that spreading protein across the day instead of backloading it all at dinner results in stronger muscles and better preservation of lean mass over time. And there's another hidden benefit. Plant proteins, like those in pumpkin seeds, come packaged with fiber, magnesium, and antioxidants that animal proteins don't provide. This means you're not just feeding your muscles, you're lowering cholesterol, stabilizing blood sugar, and nourishing your gut microbiome at the same time. Think of it as multitasking nutrition. 1 small seed, multiple systems supported. Now, I know some of you may be wondering, can plant proteins really compare to animal proteins? It's a valid question. The answer, according to decades of nutritional research, is yes, when consumed in variety. While animal proteins may have slightly higher bioavailability, plant proteins offer unique compounds that animal sources lack. And when you pair pumpkin seeds with other protein-rich foods, say beans or dairy, you create a complementary amino acid profile that rivals the best steak. So here's a simple tool to apply. Start treating pumpkin seeds not as a garnish, but as a core protein source. Keep a jar of roasted seeds in your kitchen and aim for 1 to 2 ounces daily. That's 18 grams of protein, the equivalent of up to 3 eggs, from something you can sprinkle into soups, blend into smoothies, or simply snack on by the handful. This is the first step in using food strategically to combat sarcopenia. It's not about drastic changes. It's about recognizing that every small addition, like a handful of seeds, can tip the scale towards stronger muscles, steadier energy, and a healthier future. If protein is the raw building block of muscle, magnesium is the quiet engineer that makes sure the entire construction project actually happens, and pumpkin seeds just happen to be one of the richest natural sources of magnesium you can find. Why is this important? Because magnesium is directly tied to your body's ability to create energy at the cellular level. Every movement you make, from lifting a grocery bag to climbing the stairs, depends on a molecule called ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. But here's the overlooked fact. ATP is only biologically active when it's bound to magnesium. Without magnesium, your body can't use energy efficiently. Imagine plugging in your phone charger but forgetting to turn on the power switch. The charger is there, but no energy flows. That's exactly what happens when you don't have enough magnesium. Your muscles simply can't fire at full strength. And yet, despite its importance, nearly 50% of older adults don't get enough magnesium from their diet, according to the National Institutes of Health. Deficiency doesn't always show up in obvious ways. It can hide behind symptoms like fatigue, muscle cramps, restless sleep, and slower recovery after activity. Left unchecked, it contributes to accelerated muscle loss because without proper relaxation and contraction cycles, muscle fibers can't repair themselves effectively. Here's what the research shows. A 2014 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that higher magnesium intake was strongly associated with better muscle performance and greater grip strength in older adults. Another study in Nutrients 2019 confirmed that restoring magnesium improved muscle function, reduced inflammation, and enhanced exercise performance. This is why athletes and recovery experts pay such close attention to this mineral and why it matters even more for older adults fighting sarcopenia. So, what makes pumpkin seeds so special? Just 1 ounce delivers nearly half of your daily magnesium needs. That's more than almost any other commonly eaten food. It means that by adding a small handful of seeds into your diet, you're not just giving your body protein, you're also equipping it with the mineral it needs to actually use that protein for recovery and repair. Here's a practical way to use this. Magnesium plays a big role in relaxation, so consuming pumpkin seeds in the evening can double as a natural sleep aid. Remember, deep sleep is when your body releases growth hormone and repairs muscle tissue. By combining protein and magnesium from pumpkin seeds at night, you're essentially sending a signal to your body, recover now. That's a strategy far more effective than simply relying on supplements. And let's not forget the nervous system. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium blocker in your nerve cells. This means it prevents overexcitation, calming the nervous system, and reducing muscle twitches or cramps. Have you ever noticed that tense, jittery feeling when your muscles don't fully relax? That's often a magnesium issue. When levels are restored, the neuromuscular system works smoothly, translating to steadier movements and better balance, both crucial for preventing falls in older adults. A simple tool to apply is this. Create a nightly ritual with pumpkin seeds. Add a spoonful of pumpkin seed butter on whole grain toast before bed, or sprinkle roasted seeds over a small bowl of Greek yogurt. You'll combine slow digesting protein with magnesium, feeding your muscles while priming your nervous system for deeper sleep. If this insight is resonating with you and you want more evidence-based tools like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Every week we share science-backed strategies to strengthen your body and protect your mind, and I don't want you to miss them. Think of magnesium as the conductor of your body's orchestra. Protein, hormones, and exercise are the instruments. Without the conductor, the music becomes chaotic. But when magnesium is present in sufficient amounts, the entire performance flows with strength and harmony, and a small handful of pumpkin seeds can be your daily ticket to that balance. When most people think of zinc, they think of immunity, the mineral you're told to take when you catch a cold. But what often goes unnoticed is that zinc is one of the most important nutrients for maintaining muscle mass, strength, and overall vitality as we age. And once again, pumpkin seeds happen to be one of nature's richest sources. Why is zinc so critical? Because zinc is directly tied to the hormones that regulate muscle growth and repair, particularly testosterone and growth hormone. Research published in Nutrition 2006 demonstrated that men with low zinc intake had significantly reduced testosterone levels. When zinc was restored, testosterone rebounded, bringing with it improvements in muscle function and energy. For both men and women, testosterone plays a crucial role in protecting lean muscle mass and promoting recovery after exercise. Here's what's happening in your body. When you exercise or perform even small daily activities like climbing stairs, you cause tiny tears in your muscle fibers. The repair of those tears is what makes your muscles grow back stronger. But this repair process requires both protein and the right hormonal signals. Zinc is one of the minerals that ensures your hormones are actually able to send those repair messages. Without enough zinc, your body struggles to maintain that anabolic or muscle-building environment. And it doesn't stop there. Zinc also influences insulin-like growth factor IGF-1, another hormone critical for muscle preservation. A study in the Journal of Trace Elements in Medicine and Biology 2013 showed that zinc deficiency significantly reduced IGF-1 activity, impairing the body's ability to build and maintain muscle tissue. So, what does this mean in real life? Imagine your muscles as a construction site. Protein is the raw material, the bricks. Hormones like testosterone and IGF-1 are the foremen directing the workers. And zinc is the phone line that keeps the communication open. Without that line, the workers never get the message and construction halts. Pumpkin seeds supply that zinc phone line, ensuring the building project of muscle continues. Beyond hormones, zinc plays another overlooked role. It supports the immune system in controlling inflammation. Why does this matter for muscle? Because every time you exercise or even engage in daily movement, your body triggers a small inflammatory response. That's normal. It's part of the repair process. But if inflammation becomes chronic, it actually blocks muscle protein synthesis. Zinc helps regulate that balance, keeping inflammation in check so repair can proceed smoothly. Here's a simple, practical tool. Add pumpkin seeds into your midday snack. Many people hit an energy slump in the afternoon, not only because of blood sugar dips, but also because hormones like testosterone naturally fluctuate during the day. Pairing pumpkin seeds with a piece of fruit at this time stabilizes blood sugar while delivering zinc to support hormonal balance. It's a small adjustment, but over weeks and months it contributes to steadier strength and energy. What's even more powerful is how pumpkin seeds combine zinc with protein. That synergy means you're not just providing the raw materials for muscle, you're also supporting the signals that tell your body to use them. Few foods give you both in such a compact package. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how your energy, recovery, or even mood feels different when your diet slips? That's not just about calories. It's about micronutrients like zinc silently influencing your hormones and your resilience. Restoring them with foods like pumpkin seeds is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to protect your strength over time. So treat zinc as more than an immune booster. See it as a guardian of your hormones, a protector of your muscle, and an essential piece of the anti-sarcopenia puzzle. A handful of pumpkin seeds a day may not look like much, but inside it's fueling the very systems that keep your muscles and your life strong. One of the most overlooked drivers of sarcopenia is not just lack of protein or exercise, it's chronic, low-grade inflammation. Scientists even have a term for it, inflammagen. As we get older, our immune system shifts into a state of constant simmering activity. Not enough to cause fever or pain, but just enough to slowly erode tissues, including muscle. Over time, this background inflammation interferes with muscle protein synthesis, accelerates breakdown, and leaves your body less able to repair itself. This is where pumpkin seeds shine in ways that go far beyond protein and minerals. They're packed with antioxidants, phytosterols, and polyphenols, compounds that directly fight oxidative stress and dampen inflammation at the cellular level. Here's what the research shows. Oxidative stress happens when there's an imbalance between free radicals, damaging molecules, and antioxidants. In muscle cells, this imbalance leads to mitochondrial dysfunction, and since mitochondria are your cell's power plants, damage here means less energy for movement, repair, and strength. Studies in the Journal of Medicinal Food 2012 found that pumpkin seed oil significantly reduced markers of inflammation and oxidative stress in animal models, improving muscle and joint health. Let's make this relatable. Think of your muscles as a workshop. Every time you move, sparks fly, tiny bursts of oxidative stress. Normally, your body has a fire extinguisher system, antioxidants, that quickly puts those sparks out. But as you age, that system weakens and the sparks accumulate into small fires that damage the workshop itself. Pumpkin seeds provide extra extinguishers so the workspace stays safe and functional. The anti-inflammatory power of pumpkin seeds also comes from their phytosterols, natural compounds that look structurally similar to cholesterol but compete with it in the body, helping to lower LDL cholesterol and support cardiovascular health. Why does that matter for muscle? Because good circulation means more oxygen and nutrients delivered directly to your muscle tissue. Inflammation tends to clog those delivery routes. Pumpkin seeds help keep them open. Here's a practical tool. Try incorporating pumpkin seeds after exercise. Post-workout is a time when inflammation naturally rises, a short-term spike that helps trigger repair. But if your baseline inflammation is already high, that spike can become excessive, tipping from helpful to harmful. A small handful of pumpkin seeds with their antioxidants and healthy fats helps rebalance the response, ensuring you recover instead of breaking down further. And here's another powerful angle. The connection between brain and muscle. Chronic inflammation doesn't only weaken your muscles, it also impairs the brain's ability to communicate effectively with them. Research in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience 2017 shows that systemic inflammation contributes to reduced motor control and coordination in older adults. By lowering inflammation, pumpkin seeds indirectly protect not just your muscles, but also the neural pathways that activate them. This means steadier movements, better balance, and reduced risk of falls. So when you eat pumpkin seeds, you're not just nourishing muscle tissue directly, you're calming the inflammatory storm that blocks growth in the first place. It's like clearing the debris before rebuilding a house. Without that step, construction doesn't last. If this kind of insight is helping you see food differently as a tool to fight inflammation, protect your brain, and preserve muscle, consider subscribing to the channel. This is the kind of evidence-based wisdom we share weekly, and it can make a profound difference in how you age. The bottom line, sarcopenia doesn't happen in isolation. It's fueled by a background fire of inflammation that weakens every repair signal in your body. Pumpkin seeds, with their unique blend of antioxidants, phytosterols, and anti-inflammatory compounds, act as one of nature's quietest but most powerful fire extinguishers. And when that fire is controlled, your muscles have the environment they need to thrive. When it comes to muscle preservation, most people think only about how much protein they eat. But the science shows that when you eat protein is just as important, especially as you age. This principle is known as protein distribution or protein timing, and it can make the difference between simply maintaining muscle and actively rebuilding it. Here's the issue. Most older adults load the majority of their protein at dinner. Breakfast might be toast or cereal with little protein, lunch often light, and then dinner is where the steak or chicken finally shows up. Studies from the Journal of Nutrition 2014 found that this uneven distribution leads to suboptimal muscle protein synthesis. In contrast, when participants spread protein evenly across 3 meals, about 25-30 grams per meal, they saw significantly higher rates of muscle building. Why does timing matter so much? As we age, our bodies become less sensitive to protein, a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. Think of it like the volume knob on your stereo. When you're young, even a small turn of the knob, a small protein meal produces loud music, muscle synthesis, but as you get older, that same small turn barely makes a sound. You need a higher dose at the right time to get the music playing again. This is where pumpkin seeds play a surprisingly powerful role. Because they're portable and versatile, they allow you to sneak in quality protein outside of the usual dinner-heavy pattern. 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds in your oatmeal at breakfast, a handful as an afternoon snack, or a spoonful of pumpkin seed butter in the evening gives you those extra protein pulses that help overcome anabolic resistance. Research in Nutrients 2019 highlighted that older adults who consume protein before bedtime improved overnight muscle protein synthesis, which is critical because deep sleep is when your body releases growth hormone and repairs tissue. A small serving of pumpkin seeds or pumpkin seed yogurt mix in the evening not only provides protein but also magnesium, which supports relaxation and sleep quality. That's a 2-for-1 benefit. Let's make this practical. Here's a simple protocol to apply. Breakfast, add 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, 7-8 grams of protein into oatmeal or yogurt. Lunch, pair your salad or soup with an ounce of pumpkin seeds, 9 grams of protein. Evening before bed, have a light snack with pumpkin seeds for both protein and magnesium support. That's nearly 25 grams of protein spread across the day without relying solely on animal foods or large portions at night. When combined with other protein sources, eggs, fish, dairy, legumes, this balanced distribution ensures your muscles receive a steady supply of amino acids exactly when they need them. Now, here's where neuroscience comes in. Your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, also influences protein metabolism. Studies in Cell Metabolism 2017 showed that your body's ability to synthesize muscle protein is more efficient earlier in the day. That means those pumpkin seeds at breakfast or lunch aren't just convenient, they're biologically more effective. Let me ask you, have you noticed that your energy feels different depending on what you eat in the morning versus at night? That's your circadian rhythm at work. By aligning protein timing with your body's natural rhythms, you get more out of the same foods. So the key insight is this: don't just count your protein, time it. Use pumpkin seeds as a strategic tool to distribute protein evenly, especially in the morning and evening. This habit alone can dramatically slow down sarcopenia and keep your muscles responsive. And if you're finding this level of science-based practical guidance valuable, make sure you subscribe and join our community. Every week we share actionable strategies like this to keep your body strong and your mind sharp. Think of protein timing like watering a plant. If you pour all the water once a day, much of it runs off and is wasted. But if you water the plant steadily throughout the day, the soil stays nourished and growth flourishes. Your muscles are no different. Steady nourishment delivered at the right times is what keeps them alive and thriving. We've now looked at protein, magnesium, zinc, inflammation, and timing. But here's the truth. Knowledge only matters if it turns into action. And the biggest challenge most people face isn't knowing what to eat. It's actually remembering to do it consistently. That's where psychology and neuroscience come into play. One of the most powerful tools for behavior change is called habit stacking, a concept made popular by behavioral scientists and reinforced by neuroscience research. The idea is simple. Your brain loves routines, and it's easier to attach a new behavior to an existing habit than to create one from scratch. Instead of saying, I'll try to eat pumpkin seeds every day, you connect it to something you already do, like your morning coffee, your lunch break, or your evening wind down. Here's what the research shows. Studies in Neuron 2016 highlight that habits are encoded in a brain structure called the basal ganglia. Once a routine is established, the brain requires very little energy to maintain it. This is why brushing your teeth or tying your shoes doesn't feel like effort. It's automatic. By attaching pumpkin seed intake to something that's already automatic, you bypass the need for motivation or willpower. So let's make this practical. Here are 3 neuroscience-based rituals you can try. Morning anchor, place a small jar of pumpkin seeds next to your coffee maker or tea kettle. Each time you prepare your morning drink, scoop 2 tablespoons into your oatmeal, yogurt, or even just eat them on the side. The existing ritual of coffee becomes the trigger for your protein-rich start. Afternoon reset. Many people experience an energy dip mid-afternoon. This is the perfect time to create a reset ritual. Instead of reaching for sugary snacks, keep a bag of pumpkin seeds at your desk or in your bag. Pair them with a piece of fruit or a short walk. This not only fuels your body, but also reconditions your brain to associate that time with nourishment and renewal. Evening wind down before bed. Most people have a routine of brushing teeth, setting an alarm, maybe reading a book. Add pumpkin seeds here too. A spoonful of pumpkin seed butter or a small bowl with yogurt not only gives you protein and magnesium, but also signals to your brain that it's time for recovery and rest. Over time, this becomes an automatic, effortless ritual. Here is why this matters. Sarcopenia isn't reversed in a single meal or a single day. It's reversed by consistency, showing up for your muscles day after day. Neuroscience tells us the best way to achieve consistency is not through discipline, but through systems. By embedding pumpkin seeds into the rhythms you already have, you transform a health intention into an effortless lifestyle. And here's a reflection for you. Your brain is constantly predicting your future based on your habits today. Every small action tells your nervous system what kind of body and life you're preparing for. When you choose to anchor a muscle-supporting food into your day, you're literally rewiring your brain to protect strength, energy, and independence for years ahead. If you've made it this far, it means you're deeply invested in your health and your future. So let me invite you, join this community of people who are building habits rooted in science, not hype. Subscribe, share this with someone who could benefit, and let's keep growing stronger together. Think of pumpkin seeds not just as food, but as a daily ritual, a signal to your brain and body that you are choosing strength over decline, energy over fatigue, and vitality over aging passively. That choice, repeated day after day, is how you fight sarcopenia at its roots. We began with a simple but surprising fact: a small handful of pumpkin seeds contains more protein than an egg. But as we've uncovered, the value of this seed goes far beyond a nutrition trivia point. It's a powerful ally against sarcopenia, one of the greatest health challenges of aging. Here's what the research shows, and what we've explored together: protein from pumpkin seeds directly fuels muscle repair and growth. Magnesium inside these seeds powers the energy cycles that let your muscles contract and recover. Zinc keeps your hormones and repair signals strong, while antioxidants and phytosterols calm the chronic inflammation that silently erodes muscle over time. Add to that the science of protein timing and the psychology of habit stacking, and you have not just a food, but a framework for protecting your body, your independence, and your future. The why behind all of this is clear. Muscle isn't just about strength, it's about stability, metabolism, resilience, and even brain health. Stronger muscles mean fewer falls, more energy, greater confidence, and a higher quality of life. The loss of muscle isn't inevitable. It's a signal that your daily inputs need to change. And with something as simple as a daily handful of pumpkin seeds, you can begin tipping the balance back in your favor. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just listen to this information, live it. Tomorrow morning, place a jar of pumpkin seeds where you'll see it and add them to your first meal. Anchor them into your day using the rituals we discussed. Notice how this one choice feels. Small steps like this build momentum, and momentum builds change. If this message has resonated with you, I invite you to be part of this growing community. Like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe so we can keep exploring the science of healthy aging together. Every week, we'll take the latest neuroscience, nutrition, and psychology and turn it into tools you can use right away. Remember, aging is not just about time passing, it's about choices accumulating. And today you have a choice to feed your muscles, protect your strength, and shape a healthier, stronger future.